Hi. Now, Financial Times has actually said that there are some leaked documents with them, and which shows that India is supplying dual-used material to Russia, and the Russians are also investing and producing them in India so that they can use the rupees which they have got by trading uh, oil to India, by exporting oil to India in these technologies or in these material, especially which can be used in the military industry because they are being sanctioned by the Western countries. So they are taking the route for these things of India. Now, if you ask me, there are two, three things. It looks to me like they are doing all kinds of twisted talks because they are mentioning some businessmen without knowing them, that this Indian is some Indian businessman who knows about all these things told them all these things. So they are not naming any Indian businessman. And secondly, they are, after trying very hard, the entire collective West, you can say the Western Bloc tried very hard that India should not buy Russian oil. Now they are trying, but India did not obey them. So now they are trying to arm twist India so that India stops buying Russian oil or Russian crude. And but they should also understand a few things. First of all, India is a sovereign nation and it is free to make its own decision. Number two, India follows 100% follows UN approved sanctions because they are binding, and these sanctions are not the UN authorized sanctions. But we should also not forget that West uses its media narrative to shape perception and policies globally. They frame their foreign policy and use media as a tool for propaganda and making opinions so that they can sanction other countries, or they can bully other countries that you will be sanctioned. They also use a lot of human right issues against they raise human right issues against the unfriendly countries to put international pressure and sanctions against them and justifying their sanctions. And one should not forget Operation Mockingbird. And in that operation, actually, US government used or hired 400 journalists and also people from universities to for false propaganda against the elsewhere USSR during the Cold War. And William Colby testified in front of the church committee that everything which was going in the television, in the newspaper, in the US magazines was actually controlled by the state. So, and also even the role of think tanks cannot be ignored. And as far as the trade between India and Russia is concerned, there are various things which India is exporting to Russia. This includes engineering goods. More than 1 billion of engineering goods is being exported from India to Russia, and that includes machinery, auto parts, as well as other various kind of engineering goods. Then pharmaceutical sectors, India is the global leader in generic medicines, so there is a lot of pharmaceutical stuff going from India to Russia. Steel also forms a big part. And when they talk about the dual use technology or dual use goods, do you know they also say that if a steel which is being exported from any country like from India to Russia, and if they use it in missile or anything, then it will become a dual use component or dual use good. So just try to think, steel is a very basic thing which will be used in everything, and they classify it on dual use goods. Then one should not forget that India is a big country. US can actually arm twist small countries to obey their lines, but they cannot arm twist countries like India or China or Brazil to toe their lines. So it looks to me all the twisted talks against India to pressurize India, but they should not forget that we are a sovereign country and we do not buy all these things. I'm not using some fancy word. Thank you.